Good afternoon, everyone. So today we'll be studying, or rather knowing more about history of novel. So this is your 4.1 lesson, which is there in your textbook. So we learn more about novels, how did it start, from when did it start, and what is the importance of novel in your current syllabus. So what is a novel? Everybody knows what is a novel, but nobody knows the exact definition or what it may mean. So a novel is a piece of long narrative in literary prose. Narrative prose is meant to entertain and tell a story. So what is a novel exactly is a narrative prose, which means it tells about a character through its narration. It tells details about a character, its place where it's born, from where did it come, and a novel is meant to entertain and tell a story. It is a description of chain of events which includes a cast of characters, a setting, and an ending. Okay, so it is a description. It may include many characters and tells us about the beginning of the novel, from where it started, and it also tells us about the ending. So most of us are very curious to know about the ending. So what we do is we skip few chapters to know about the ending. Most publishers prefer novels that are in the 80,000 to 1,20,000 word range. So this is the word range which is ideal for publishing a novel. So if at all you have to write a novel, please remember the word range has to be between 80,000 to 1,20,000 depending on the genre. Now depending on what theme are you writing on, what story are you writing on, you have to maintain this word limit. Okay. Next, the rise of novels. So when did it start? Its importance. When did it start rising? So at first, novel took firm root in France and England. So it started. The firm root started in France and England from the 17th century. However, it was in the 18th century that it started gaining a lot of importance. First, only the higher class, business class, gentleman class used to read novels. Okay, and the lower class used to read newspapers. But then times changed, and then the lower middle class also started forming good readership with the novels. As the readership grew, obviously the market of books also increased. So how did it start? It started from the 17th century, went on to the 18th century, and still going on now. Now what was the woman's role in the novel? The new woman. The most exciting element of the novel was the involvement of women. So novel writing did not only consider men, but it also involved a lot of women in it. The 18th century saw the middle class become more prosperous, and because of that, women got leisure to write and read. And as they started writing, we started exploring more of the world of women. We started getting to know more about the emotions, their identities, and their experiences and their problems, just because women started writing. So this is the involvement of women in novel writing. And now novel in India. So before novel came to India, stories were already there. So stories in prose were not new in India. Stories, people were writing stories. So one of the great example of story writing is Banabhat's Kadambari, which was written in the early 17th century. And another example is that of Panchtantra. There was one more short story written in Persian and Urdu, which was known as Dastan, which was a story of a adventure and heroism of a person named Dastan. There is also a movie on this called Prince of Persia. And after that, the model novel form developed in India in the 19th century. So when did it develop in India? It developed in India in the 19th century, the novel form. However, stories were already there from the 17th century. As Indians became more familiar with the Western world, that is when novels started developing in India as well from the 19th century. Got it? Next slide. So what is novel or novella? How did the word novel come into being is explained in this slide. A novel, the word originated from the Italian word novel. A novella, the word originated from the Italian word novel. So novella is a type of prose or fiction which is shorter than full-length novel and longer than a short story. So it is somewhere in between. It is longer than a short story and shorter than a novel. That is why it is novella. So what is the difference between novel and novella? If it is asked, you all can write that the novella is shorter than the full-length novel and longer than a short story. It is well structured yet short narrative. It uses realistic and satirical tone in its writing. It usually focuses on one incident or issue with one or two main characters and takes place in a single tradition. So if I ask you what is novella, you can write from this slide and explain what is novella. Now what are the structure and elements of a novel? How is a novel written? Okay, so there are few structure and elements that you'll have to keep in mind when writing a novel. So the first one is theme. What is the novel all about? Gives a theme, gives you a central idea of a novel which can be expressed in a nutshell. So like a lesson, we can explain the entire lesson by writing a summary. Exactly, the entire novel can be explained by writing a theme. Okay, what is a plot? Plotting is just storytelling with extra attention to form. The story is a sequence of events. The plot is the larger change that happens through the event. So it is exactly what the story is about. Plotting is just storytelling with extra attention to form. Characters. Now your story always and always depends on characters. So characters are like the participants in the story. For example, the characters will be a protagonist and antagonist. Okay, so every book, every novel will have a hero and then will have a villain. So your protagonist is a hero and your antagonist is a villain. The protagonist is the main character of the story, the one the author spends the most time exploring or developing, and the one who conflict moves the plot along. So the main character is the protagonist, which means the hero, and the one who opposes the protagonist is called the antagonist or the hero and provides the story conflicts. Okay. Next is setting. Setting is the time and location in which a story takes place. The location and time frame of your story is more than just a stage of your characters. So if you're telling something about a life of how you spent in school, so you will tell us the place of that school, the environment, everything that depends on your story. So you will tell us the time, morning, evening, afternoon, location, how was the location? Okay, you would mention about what was there beside your school, mountains, regional dialects, what kind of language you are used to speak, if there were seashores, societal convictions, everything comes into settings. Okay, next is conflict. Conflict is the story that provides interest and curiosity about the plot. And the last is language. So here it depends totally on the author if he wants to use high vocabulary and high phrases, or he may use laconic and would write to the point, or mix both according to the requirement of his purpose. This depends entirely on the author if he wants to use high vocabulary or normal vocabulary to write his writing, or a mix of both. Now coming to the types of novels, which is also mentioned in your textbook. The first one is realistic novel. So realistic novel, as the name suggests, is a fiction but gives the effect of realism, and it is also called as novel of manner. The characters in the realistic novel interact with each other and undergo believable and everyday experiences. So these type of novels are written on everyday experiences and makes the reader believe in the novel. So there are some movies also that makes us so real, makes us feel so real that we feel that it is happening around us. Similarly with the novels, it is a fiction, but you feel that it is real. That is called as realistic novel. Next, picaresque novel. The word picaresque is originated from the Spanish word picaro, which means rogue. Rogue. The other word for rogue means rascal. So that that character is not a very good character. So it is an autobiography written on that character who's not very good, and it is an autobiography written about his travel plans, his adventure that he makes throughout the world. Okay. Historical novel, as the name suggests, is a novel that is set earlier than the writing. So whatever novel you'll read which is set before the writing is called as historical novel. Next is epistolary novel. The word epistolary is derived from the Latin word epistola, which means a letter. The narrative is told in letters in one or more characters. So when people write letters and it is preserved and kept, and if somebody is got to read that letters, a novel is made by reading those letters. Okay. So there is a novel in India, to my daughter Indira. Those that book is an example of epistolary novel. Why? Because Jawaharlal Nehru from jail used to write letters to his daughter Indira, and that letter is published in a form of a book, and that is an example of epistolary novel. The narrative is told in letters in one or more characters, and it also allows the author to present the feeling and reaction of the characters. So it can have multiple point of view, and it is psychological realism. So it all depends on how you perceive the novel in your own terms. Next, Gothic novel. As the name suggests, Gothic novel includes magic, mystery, thriller, supernatural, death, doomed. Everything that includes all of these is called as Gothic novels. Autobiographical novels. The autobiographical novel is the novel based on the life of the author. However, the author may change the name and the place of the character and may change or avoid certain details of his life. So the author is writing about himself. However, he would not write his own name or his own place, and he will change the details here and there so that the readers don't come to know who exactly the character is. So this may be written in the first person, may not be written in the first person narration. Next. Allegorical novel. An allegory is a story that bears more than one level of meaning. So allegory is also your figures of speech. So this novel means it can have more than one meaning to it. The surface meaning may be different from the symbolic meaning. So while you're reading the novel, you may feel different. However, it symbolizes something else. The symbolic meaning may be political, historical, religious, and philosophical. Next, utopian novel. Utopian is an imaginary community or society possessing the ideal qualities. So it talks about a society which has the ideal qualities, and utopian novel is commonly used in science fiction or speculative fiction. Next, stream of consciousness novel. The stream of consciousness is a phrase coined by William James called principle of psychology. So it means the flow of thoughts. Incidents in the plot are in sequence of their occurrence. The novelist narrates them as they enter the mind of the character. So as the narrator, as the author gets some ideas in the mind, he puts them down on pen and paper, and the plot are in the sequence of their occurrence. So, and the last novel here will be Bildungsroman novel. The word Bildungsroman indicates growth. So here it is a fictional biography which indicates the growth of the protagonist's mind, of the person, the main character's mind, and it tells us about the childhood of the protagonist to the adulthood. So the entire novel is based on that one character from his childhood to his adulthood. Okay, so it takes us to the growth of that protagonist whom we are talking about. So this is what is the history of novel. I have summarized it for a better understanding. So please go through it, and once you go through this slide, complete your assignment on page number 177, question number 3 and 4. So that is filling the blanks and short notes, all 4. Once you read the lesson or you read the slide, with the help of your textbook, complete question number 3 and 4. Thank you everyone.